What's up, everybody? I am Kayy Simone. Alongside me, I have none other than my main man, Ollie Joe. And you guys are now tuned into yet another episode of Champions Corner here at our home base of LRM Network. We got Infinitee in the building.
Gang.
Not new to our table, but you know, back in the building.
Facts, you know. Yeah.
How you been? How's the COVID life been treating you? We ask everybody this question because life is like crazy right now.
Everything's been good. Like, I just been trying to stay safe, stay sanitized, out the way, and just use my time just to focus on what I got to do and just get everything right.
That's the way to be. What's up with the music, though?
Oh, we been cooking up something crazy. Proto got something coming crazy. I got a project coming soon. We just dropped a single, Chief Rocker. Everybody be look out for that. It's a hit on the platter. Yeah, man.
How'd that come about?
Well, a good friend of mine, Light Up, he's out from New York, sent me over something like a long time ago, and he sent me over a couple of beats. I was in the park vibing out, and then I just got a spiritual epiphany on something, and I just looked into the stars and was like, yo, this song, we gonna call it Chief Rocker, it's just it's a vibe behind the song, and it's just about being in tune with your inner spirit, and not letting nothing really get past you, and you could still be in tune with your spiritual side, but also notice that you're a warrior, and you gotta fight for what's yours, and you gotta set up the next generation to know what their worth is and how they could surpass the stars.
Dope. That came at the right time too, because I feel like we all need that push.
That's a fact. With the entire pandemic and this COVID going on, how did it affect the way you move as an artist and your creative process? How did the COVID kind of affect that aspect?
Well, I feel with everything throughout all of the madness, it gave me a space to just really see how out of tune we are, as a nation and as a whole. And so just being able to sit down in a room and be on quarantine by myself and to just sit and meditate, it just gave me a lot of time to just make stuff right and, just to cook up and not take my time for granted.
Right. Now, you're a part of a group, High Class Hoodlums. So has the lockdown, how has that been as far as working with your team and being on quarantine?
Well, it's kind of been hard trying to get in and out of the stew because everybody got their own stuff to do. You know what I'm saying? But we don't really let that phase us.
Right.
We still get to the work, get to the money.
When it first hit,
everybody was just like, all right, bro, I'm gonna chop it up with you in about a year. Because we ain't know what to think of it. But when stuff started calming down, we was able to get back into that mode to lock in and stuff like that.
That's lit. Damn. I just I can't believe our lives really just changed in a matter of how many months it's been? March, April, May, June, July, August.
6, 7.
Damn, it's been 6?
Yeah.
Holy fuck.
Yeah. Life is different. How do you think this is gonna affect live shows and concerts and things like that?
I feel now it's gonna be a lot of people making more money virtually. Feel me? I've been seeing a lot of for example, Travis Scott did a Fortnite concert, and so it just opens up a medium to make money doing different type of media aspects, you never know what could happen in a lot of outside shows possibly, Yeah, so it's just people get more creative when you put inside of a box where you can't do a lot of stuff,
How you think that's gonna affect the money though? You think it's gonna be more or less? Or
I feel you just gotta trial and error and just see what works, see what's not working, because of course it's gonna affect your money, but you can't let that stand in the way,
I feel it's also gonna test people's artistry too. How creative can you be? Do you really got supporters too? Because a lot of people are not used to moving like this, so it's definitely gonna be a little bit of a difference.
Definitely,
I guess if you want to say.
It's also gonna be real difficult on the artists that kind of feed off they make music for to touch the people physically, to be on stage and to perform that. So I feel that's probably gonna be the hardest thing to kind of change with artists that they make the turn up music, the music that you got to hear when you out in the clubs. Ain't really no clubs.
Yeah, because everybody hearing it virtually.
Exactly.
So
It's gonna be a little.
Well,
difficult.
that leads way for artists to do more, like we said, virtually. And I like the idea of Instagram music videos. I feel like enough people don't take like they're not taking heed to it, but our attention spans are getting shorter and shorter and shorter. Like I would love to see what somebody can do within 60 seconds.
Yeah,
like that to me is super dope. I don't know, just the idea to throw out there. Anyway,
I don't know. I don't think. I mean, I'm different. I don't think I would like a 60-second like music video. I'm still like the guy that like goes to YouTube and watches like. I like when people make it like a little movie out of their music video. Like I'm that guy.
I feel that because that's like a whole experience, you know. But I do feel like though, with like all of the social media platforms that we have, it's like now that you're in one setting, it's a little more like easier to get creative and it'd be like, you know what, I've been swiping, I've been seeing this, I've been seeing that. What if I tried this with this and you know made this? And a lot of people is just cooking up a lot of different things, like, you know.
Right.
That's true. So I know your partner's not here with you today.
Yo, what bro that? Bro, where you at?
So you guys haven't seen each other since?
No, we see each other all the time. You know, I just seen him a couple days ago, so I'm about to see him tomorrow. We link up all the time. Yeah, like, you know,
That's dope though. So before, what were you guys working on before all of this actually? Or you can't talk about it?
I don't want to talk about it too much, but just know it's gonna be some of the illest music you ever heard from us. You know, like Platinum Dream was fire just because that came so organic. But now that we know what we could do with certain projects, now it's like, all right, let's get a little bit more creative. And
damn,
like,
how much
just
more
break
creative
the scale,
can y'all
like,
get?
you know, hey, the sky's the limit, like, you know.
Ain't no limit on creativity for
That's
real.
a fact.
That's dope though. You guys are like, I remember after Ty through the, what show was that? The Wave. Yes.
No way.
The first group of artists I've ever seen to airdrop their project. I think we talked about that a little bit.
Yeah.
Like, so just talk a little bit about how important it is to market your music in such a creative way, because I think that's a lot of things that artists lack.
Well, I feel like in the game right now, it's a lot of saturation. So like a lot of the traditional ways, like passing out CDs and, you know, business cards. I mean, as a professional, you need business cards, but a lot of people are just like, okay, I see this all the time. So you got to step outside of the box to show people why you're worth listening to, why you're different. You can't just say I'm different. You got to show how you're different, you know?
How did y'all even come up with that? Like, who came up with that?
I don't even know. We just was like, I feel like we had a show and we was just like, yo, send me that file real quick. And we just stopped and looked at each other like, airdrop, you know? And then we just like, all right, let's do it. Let's airdrop everybody. And, you know, we got a lot of good, like, feedback from it.
Right. Nah, that was super fire. So there's two of you, right? You guys both work on different things, but you still find a way to, like...
Well, it's not two of us.
I'm sorry. No, two artists, right?
Artists, you know, two artists, but like it's a collective, you know. So everybody got their own thing
going on, correct? Which is like technically what I meant. I'm sorry to say that, but how important also is it for you to have a group of people who are interested in different things?
Yeah, it's really important. It's truly important because, like, you know, you can't do everything by yourself. You know what I'm saying? And like, people who work in different fields can also help you progress as an artist, you know, and help you see life with a different outlook and see being creative with a different outlook, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like we help each other, just build each other to become the best people we could be.
Yeah.
So like when it's time to collab on one project, what are those meetings like between all of you guys? Because all of you guys are super creatives. All of you guys got your own ideas. So what are those meetings like? It's
organic. It's like, you know, we talk about a lot of stuff and it's just like, just vibing out, you know, and then like the goal comes like solely from that, like, you know, just us chilling and, you know, talking about this, talking about that, and then all right, let's get back to the business. And then once we get to the business, it was like, oh, we were just talking about this, but now I got this idea to do this, and like, you know, it's just like we all throw in ideas, and you know, sometimes we get a little overwhelmed and like we forget about so much stuff because we talk about a lot, you know, but it's just about meeting and, you know, writing stuff down and being organized with our thoughts and stuff like that.
So who are some of your musical influences?
Some of my musical influences, bro. This guy named Infinitee. Dude is fire. Like, you know, dude named Ty Sharp. Dude Prouder. They crazy. Yeah, but like those my influences. But I also got a lot of other influences. I would say the number one is Michael Jackson. You know, like even though I rap, I feel like a lot of the ideas that I come up with as far as like artistry and my delivery and stuff comes from Michael. Like I remember being in like fourth grade, like getting picked up from school. We used to have to like line up outside and like we conversing with our friends, and I got a Walkman and I'm playing the Jackson 5 and niggas like, you listening to Michael Jackson? And I'm like, yeah, like, you know, it's jamming, like, you know. So I would have to say definitely Michael, you know. And a lot of artists, I see a little bit of Michael in them, and then I might just, you know, listen to him a little bit and, you know, just vibe out.
Like who?
A lot of people, like, you know, probably Chris Brown, you know. I think he's a great artist. I feel like Young Thug is a great artist, you know. It just, the list goes on and on, you feel me? From like really, really lyrical to like not really lyrical and just like vibe artists, you know. I have like an open mind to a lot of stuff, so I'm open to listening to a lot of things and pulling inspiration from it.
So what was like your earliest memory that you could remember that kind of drew you towards Michael Jackson?
Let me see. What's my earliest memory? I know my father, he used to play like the drums and stuff, and like when they used to drag me into church, like I used to just be sitting there, I might fall asleep, but like I'm always tapped into like what he was doing, like with the drums and stuff. So like one time we went on like a family road trip to like Rochester, and like he was just playing like the Jackson 5 straight through, and I was like, oh, I'll play this again, and I played this one song till I like learned the words to it, like, you know.
So your family's very musically inclined also.
Very, yeah. Not just musically, but like all forms of art. Like my mom's a painter.
Oh, that's dope.
You know, my dad plays the drums, my sister sing and everything like that.
So it was no issues when you were like, I'm about to start rapping.
Not really. It was just about me finding a lane to really stick to. I always like, you know, was open to tapping into everything, but I never had a specific specialty or nothing like that, you know?
What's that black parent stuff?
Yeah.
What are you trying to do? Don't worry about it. I'm gonna figure it out.
Yeah, I'm gonna figure it out. And you know, with our parents, it's a little bit more difficult because when you 20, 21, 22 saying you're gonna figure it out, it's a little bit different from them. When they was 21, 22, they in they field, they career, they had everything set. They probably already had a kid on the way. Like it was a little different. You feel what I'm saying? But
yeah.
It's funny. Ty, your posts like they be on the money, but I saw your post. I think it was on Twitter where you was talking about Lil Pump saying that at the age of 18 he's done more than a lot of the artists that are out here today. What do you think about statements like that? Like, because I would consider Lil Pump a vibe artist, as you would say, not really somebody that's very lyrical. Correct me if I'm wrong. But what do you think about those type of artists making statements like that?
Well, I feel like every artist is unique in their own way. You know, I like Lil Pump because he got like a couple of vibes, you know. Right. But as far as him being like the greatest artist saying this, he could feel how he feel, you know, because it's like it's a lot of different accolades to break, and I feel like you're not the greatest artist until you break all of them. But as far as like how you feel about yourself and what you do with your art, like I feel like I'm the greatest artist ever. You feel me? And I can see why you feel that way.
That's interesting. I would feel like that too if I was a rapper, probably though. Because I feel like that's the way you tap into your lane. Yeah. I mean,
even if you're not a rapper, even if you
whatever it is,
a unicyclist, you know, like you should feel like you're the best unicyclist in the world. Like, you know,
that's a fact.
That's what you do. Like
those are ones with the one wheel.
Yes.
I would be the worst unicyclist, just so y'all know, but
how y'all feeling about that Drake Lil Durk?
I like it. Especially
I like the visual.
The visual is super dope.
That was dope.
I'm happy Durk got that look finally. Cause if you're in my age range or our age range, like like you've seen the evolution of Lil Durk from dreads Lil Durk to like low cut waves Lil Durk to getting back to the dreads Lil Durk. Like you've seen the progress, and you hear the progress in his music. So I'm happy he got that Drake look, because a lot of artists been getting that Drake look that haven't really been deserving, I would say. So now somebody who actually McConan.
You say didn't deserve?
Yeah, didn't deserve the Drake look. You feel what I'm saying? So now like somebody who put the work in, who's been putting the work in, and who kind of like, I'm not gonna say
put the work in.
Yeah, he's still putting the work in. He kind of like, I'm not gonna say he got the streets on lock, but it's definitely like he's here and the streets respect him.
Got the streets on lock. The reason I say that is because, like, I feel like, I don't know. When I used to listen to his music, like, you know, obviously he's spitting what he's talking about. I mean, he's spitting what he's living. But, like, now I see him painting the picture. Not just, like, what's going on that's basic, but, like, the little things that we might not even pay attention to, you know, that, like, he has to deal with. You know, and I respect it. It just made me think, like, I should talk about some of the shit that I really don't want to talk about. But, like, you know, I might as well talk about.
Right.
What is it with artists feeling like they shouldn't express that side? Well, you could speak for yourself.
I feel like, you know, it's a big ego thing. And, you know I'm not the most perfectest person, but you might want to seem like you are because you don't want nobody to really worry about you or to, like, feel, you know, you don't want people to look down on you. Not that it really matters, but you don't want people to feel like, oh, you know, you get what I'm saying? Like, you don't really want to be too vulnerable. But I feel like that's the best because everybody don't want to be vulnerable. And if you could, like, show that, people could really relate to that.
I think that's the best way to be.
Yeah.
I feel like for me, it makes me, like, appreciate the artist more because I'm like, damn, like, you really went through some shit. Like, it makes me want to look into you a little more, see what you know, are about. I don't know. I just feel like all artists men per se have that, like, no, I can't talk about that.
The ego. Yeah, I mean, and even past the art, I feel like as a person, you know, like, as we grow, we got to get rid of that ego because that's going to stop us from being our true selves and from us, like, growing as people. Like, you know?
So we've been watching a lot of horrible shit happen to us as Black people.
Yeah.
How did that impact you guys and how you do music, being that you guys are young Black men? Well,
I feel like, you know, it gives me a lot to talk about because a lot of people just want to talk about fun, turning up, but, like, as artists, we got a job to do. Even if I wasn't an artist, I would still be speaking up on certain things because I feel like, you know, it could be me, you feel me? It could be my nephew, it could be, like, my father, it could be anybody that I know. So I feel like I just want to speak on that and, you know, just make sure that the world knows and that people not overlooking it. Like, we just did a video to Eyes, which was just like a little montage of clips. Nothing too crazy, and I took on the project, but it really took a toll on me to, like, watch all of this depressing footage. Not even, like, because when you editing up footage, you got to watch it just to play back. You know, you got to watch every playback. You got to watch what you downloading and everything like that, and it was just, like, it put me in a bad spot a little bit, and I had to, like, take a break from that project and be like, you know what, I'm almost done with this project, but the world still need to see it, you know?
What was going through your mind? Like, was it anger? Like, what were you feeling?
Yeah, I felt a mix of emotions. I felt angry that this is happening to my people. I felt kind of sad that, like, a lot of people are experiencing, like, certain injustices, you know? And I felt, like, a little bit of, like, violence in a sense, too. Like, you feel me? Like, I want to go out and just start smacking the shit out of cops. Like, you feel me? For real, but I just know that, like, you know, I got to put my emotions to the side and, you know, just still put out the word and do what I got to do.
So there was a lot of peaceful protests and peaceful marches going on in New Jersey. Did you get a chance to attend any peaceful protests?
I mean, I attended, like, a nice little, it was like a peaceful walk up, like, the Ave, but it wasn't, like, no serious protest because I was in the crib trying to edit up this footage for, like, 2 weeks, you know, and then, like, I felt like I was out of tune with the world while doing it. Like, you know, like, all my friends is, like, hitting each other up, like, yo, like, in group chats, like, yo, this happening in Newark, this happening in Orange, you know, and I was just, like, put my phone on silent and get to work because, you know, even though I can't make it there physically, I'm still trying to do what I can to, like, you know, push the culture to make a change and everything like that.
And that's what it takes. Especially when you're working on a project that's that, like, that's that important and that kind of, like, vulnerable. You got to kind of disconnect from everything just to kind of be in the headspace to do it. Because if you're gonna be a part of the outside world and do the project, it's kind of gonna, like, cloud the project in a sense. Hectic. Yeah.
How did you guys even come up with, like, the idea for doing the short?
For doing Eyes? Well, Proto was just playing some samples, and we was like, oh, this it right here. Like, you know, like, it just was a little blast from the past. Like, it's like the sample is of like a Selma feel, you know? So it kind of, like, hit home, and we knew we had to do something with it. Like, besides just being on some, like, oh, this high. Like, we have to, like, really put some foot on niggas' necks and
Facts.
like let them know that like, yo, we gotta keep our eyes on the prize. There's a lot of stuff going on, but you know, we gotta be there for one another and stand as a unit and do what we gotta do.
I'm glad you guys did it though, because y'all do it the right way. Like when you tagging on shit like that, it cannot be nothing regular. Like it has to be. That's good.
Yeah,
I'm happy for y'all. That's super dope. My bad. I'm just really dehydrated today. What the fuck is going on? I swear, this virus is like it has my mind just. I don't know.
You got everybody mind in a different place. Because now we don't know. It's almost like we don't know what to believe anymore. That's what I'm saying. Because you watch the news is telling you one thing. You go on the internet's telling you something different. Then you go out in person, it's nothing like what you just seen from the previous two things.
And the news is infamous for that.
I don't even watch it. Like, it's so pointless.
This going on. We need y'all to buy everything out the grocery store so your family can be safe and nothing really happening. You know what I'm saying?
Find
or like
shit to clean your house with.
Like bro,
how are we supposed to be safe and you can't find
I understand
shit
everybody want to be clean, but for you to be buying 17 things of Lysol, like bro, you don't need that.
You can't find Lysol in the stores.
You can't find nothing in the stores no more.
That's just about us being like, you know, like thinking about other people and not just like I'm about 17. You know, meanwhile you only need 1 or 2, and it's other people that really need it too. Like, you know.
But guess what's still there? Tissue.
That means I ain't wiping your ass. Say nah.
I don't know about everybody else, but
say nah.
We went to the store and bought shitloads of tissue, and that shit's still there. Bro, and now the essentials that we really need, we can't find.
At least you racked up on it, you know. You don't. You know,
I don't
if you
need
stranded,
tissue.
you got something right in the closet.
I'll never forgive Americans for buying up that much toilet tissue, bro. For no reason, son. You go in there, you can't find toilet tissue for nothing. Not 1 ply, not 2 ply, nothing.
That's crazy. That just means, you know, we need to make our own toilet paper. Like, yo, Cameron was in an interview saying that he made his own toilet paper. And people was like, yo, this is not going to work. But this would have been perfect for that time.
Exactly.
You know, like,
so he said, yo, one thing that's going to be constant, you always going to have to use the bathroom.
Yep. That's a fact.
Always.
My thing is the kids. Like, I've been seeing this constant like battle on Facebook about who's the better parent if you send your child to school or if you don't send your child to school right now. And I just think it's mind-boggling and it's crazy because it's like some people don't have a choice but to send their kids to school. And it's very sad because I don't feel like but the government took the proper precautions and things like that to make sure that these kids are gonna have a safe school year. Like it's just not there. But then you see videos of NFL players getting disinfected as they walk in and out of the locker room, and it's just like, what the fuck? Like, where could we start the funding to make sure that our kids are safe? Like,
that's a fact. We definitely need to think of a better system because the kids are the most important. You know what I'm saying? And you know, we just need to kind of teach them about being safe and sanitary, you know? Because, like, little kids is nasty. They're digging their nose and...
put it in their mouth.
Shake your hand. Like, you know, they out of pocket. But, you know, if we teach them the right thing and let them know that, like, yo, this world is really serious. And, you know, we're just in a time right now where, like, it's hard for y'all to be kids and then not really worry about stuff because we got to be safe. Like,
I think everything is hard for us too. Even like as us being creatives, like it's like one day you like, I don't know, I feel bad for the people who are kind of having like brain farts and they don't know which way to turn because your businesses are being affected because you can't get the proper government funding or your job's not paying you enough money so you really can't provide for your family. Like a lot of people are starting to get discouraged. Like, damn, I can't even create what I want to create because I don't have the funds to do it. It's like, do I feed my family or...
Yeah, and I feel like the ultimate like measure of an artist is how you deal with those like times of conflict. You know, like when you feel like you don't got really nothing to write about, like you got a brain fart, you running out of bread because you investing into this, like, you know, that's just only gonna make you stronger. You gotta charge that to the game and, like, you know, just try to find a way to be creative. Try to think outside of the box. Like, yo, all right, I'm at a dead end right here, but let me make a U-turn, come back to this thought, and then work on something else. You know, like, it's always a remedy to do that. Like,
so for artists who don't have home studios right now, like, can they still go to places and record?
Yeah, I mean, like, if you about to pay that bread to get that session, yeah, like, you know, you could go wherever. I feel like it's a lot of studios open back up now. Like, they're opening up, and there's a lot of home studios, you know, that's like, all right, not too many people, but you guys can come through record for this, because now people need money, you know, like, more than ever. So, yeah.
I feel that. And Instagram is even creating ways for people to be more creative too now with the reels.
Yeah, like,
which is dope. I like that.
That was probably one of the best ideas Instagram had in a little while.
In a while. I mean, they kicking Snapchat out the box, but
yeah,
there is no more Snapchat, honestly.
Yeah, nah, it's done up for that. But this pandemic really shows you, like, as a creative, one day you could wake up and you can have all the inspiration in the world. The next day you wake up and it's like nothing. And you just want to sit there and you want to sit in bed and you just want to soak all day. You feel what I'm saying? You really can see two different sides of yourself in this whole thing, and it's interesting to see, because then you learn so much about yourself as a person. You feel what I'm saying?
You start learning you could do shit that you ain't never known you could do. Like,
I
really just started today.
No, but I was working on my car this pandemic, like myself. I'm like,
that's a helpful skill though.
I'm like, bro, I ain't never know I could do this, bro.
You gonna need that?
Yeah, I'm gonna need it. Like, you feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
What's
started sewing. You know, I picked up a new skill, started sewing.
YouTube University?
Yeah, like, you know, got a nice little sewing machine, got some material, and just got to work, you know.
Damn, is it hard?
Not really. It's just tedious, you know. You gotta, like, it's a lot of moving around and reframing your fabric and stuff, you know, and then, like, just about finding the right material and just putting the time into doing it.
So what you create so far?
Well, I made a pair of jeans, you know.
Shit.
I, like, re-rocked the pair, like, so I had 2 pairs. Cut some pockets off the other ones, you know. Then I hemmed them onto those, and then I had like a little guitar strap. I didn't, like, you know, sewed it onto the front and just made something dope.
He was in the room like,
what can I do?
That's dope though. And YouTube probably get all the fucking views, because everything you can learn any fucking thing on there. I be typing in the most absurd shit and it pop up.
Where it'll come up in the search bar like, who else is looking up this? Like, you know?
Hey, bro, I know I'm not the only weird one. That's cool. Shit. But now I spend all my days on YouTube just looking up miscellaneous stuff, bro. Yeah. It's ridiculous.
There was another app, I don't remember, but they have something like Story, and it was weird. It was like an app that I would never expect to have like stories. Was it Twitter? Does Twitter have stories?
Nah, YouTube has stories.
That's what YouTube has stories. YouTube got stories.
YouTube has stories. Yeah.
What?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
You learn something new every day, bro. That's
YouTube definitely has stories.
I was on there for like lip gloss stuff, and I seen this girl on there playing with her dog, and I was like, what is this? But it was a story. Like, you could actually click through it.
Yeah. It's actually
that's
really
crazy.
difficult.
Technology, man.
I know, it's getting all fancy and stuff.
I like it though.
Yeah, it's dope. Yeah. So since you got the sewing machine and you kind of making your own clothes, do you feel like that's a lane that you could kind of like jump in?
Yeah, but I definitely feel like I need a sweatshop. You feel me? I can't do up all the jeans by myself, you know. So I don't know. But I think it is an important skill to learn, you know, and to be able to fix your own items if anything happens to get, you know, messed up, ripping any seams, you know, and also being able to make prototypes.
Right.
You know, and just being able to make your own stuff.
Right, you can make one-on-one pieces.
Yeah, like one-on-ones, you know.
We need more black designers.
That's a fact. That's like, I don't know if y'all heard of the Prey collection, but my man Prota got something cooking up, you know.
I see your shirt over here.
Yeah, like, you know, he prayed down. Like, you know, that's the vibes right now.
So just explain to us a little bit what Prey actually is.
Well, Prey is like a lifestyle brand, you know. It's just about, you know, staying prayed up and keeping your soul at a higher level, you know, and being that higher being and embracing that, you know. So, yeah, that's what it is.
And what's up with the blue fire?
The blue fire? The blue flame, you know, it's a different. That's like the Azul bottle, you know. You see everybody with the Demon Time bottle. That's the shirt. That's the Demon Time shirt, like, you know. So if you see somebody rocking that shirt,
I fuck with it.
You already know it's litty, like. Yeah.
Prey collection. Where could we find that?
Pray.com. Pray live. Pray.live. You know.
But like something you would wear too.
I would. You swear you know me. I
and
definitely would.
Praey. Pray.
Okay. What could we expect coming up soon from Infinitee after COVID, during COVID?
Black Friday, you know, like it's a lot of stuff going on. You know, it's the season. That's the last quarter, you know. So we dropping stuff in the last quarter so that when the first quarter come through, like, you know, everybody got something that they used to listening to, you know. Also, just know that you can expect the greatest flow on earth from Infinitee. Don't let that go over your head, like, you know.
That just reminded me of like when we was at Kayy.
Oh, yeah.
And we did the Let's Talk Hip Hop segment, and you started freestyling.
That was fire. Yo, we had like the illest interviews. Like,
facts.
I feel like through all of my interviews, this is my favorite. You know, I could sit down and just be myself and unwind and just connect with y'all. Like, you know.
Facts. And we always have fun too.
Yeah, like, you know, it's memorable. Like.
So thank you for stopping by Champions Corner today for the like 100th time. You haven't been on all my platforms.
I gotta personally tell him thank you. You feel what I'm saying? You and the High Class Hoodlums, Ty Sharp. You feel what I'm saying? Praise Pro that I was here because y'all was one of our first guests. You feel me? Shout out to Prince Hill too. Y'all was some of our first guests on here. So like,
that's a fact. I want to. You know, we gotta show love. Like,
always.
Ain't nothing.
So just want to shout out your social media where people can find you.
So you can follow me primarily at High Class Hoodlums. Everything is on that page. My personal page is The Real Infinitee. That's at the real _Infinitee with 2 E's, not a Y. You feel me? If you call me Infinity or Infinite, I know we ain't gang. You feel me? So tap in with me.
Shout out to High Class Hoodlum. Shout out to Infinitee. Shout out to Ty Sharp, my guy, always coming through. Thank you guys for tuning into yet another episode. You feel me? You got what I was trying to say.
Thank everybody for tuning into another episode of Champions Corner here at LRM Network. I am Ali John. It's my main girl, the real Kayy. You feel what I'm saying? And we out of here. Peace. Yeah.